Hello. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for some folks to start filing in as I start sharing a little bit more about the stream on all the platforms and all that crap. But hi everybody. Hang on, let me get the mic adjusted so y'all can see me rep the brand and all of that. So yeah, if anything is sounding a little bit off audio-wise, please let me know in the chat here, because, yeah, I think things are looking pretty good right now with my current setup, but, because I got my Moomin shirt on, man, the white balance on my camera is terrible, but I got my Moomin shirt, I got my Moomin mug with my Moomin tea and all of that, so I'm ready to play some Moomin games. Yeah. Now, just as a full disclosure with this, I'm going to be, I've posted as such in the description of the stream as well, but I was lucky enough to receive a copy of Snufkin Melody of Moominvalley from the developer Hyper Games and Raw Fury. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you might have seen how I've been pretty hotly anticipating this game. I have been really looking forward to, you know, seeing what kind of stuff like Hypergame was able to do this. So I did reach out to them back when they were initially developing this thing. I think I sent that initial email back in like 2022 when it sounded like they were going to be able to release that game. But then I didn't hear anything back from them until around last week when they sent out a new thing talking about the, like, they wanted to reach out to creators and all that kind of stuff, and I figured, well, for better or worse, I am kind of one of the biggest folks online known for talking about Moomin. That's kind of become a little bit of my online brand. So I reached out, and it turns out they already had me on the list of people that they wanted to give copies of the game to. So, I mean, that's pretty neat. I mean, if they weren't going to give me a copy, I was going to buy it myself because I had every intention of reviewing it. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Hashtag Moominfluencer. But yeah, so far got a couple of folks in here. Just to sound off, like, how is everyone doing today? If you're ready to fill Moominvalley with some crimes, sound off. Alright, hang on, let me post on Blue Sky this thing, because I've made a single tweet. I don't like Twitter anymore, but I am... yeah. Let's see. In terms... yeah. So, I don't know. I'm very excited to see what kind of stuff this game... Now, here's another actual full disclosure to give. The developers actually gave me access to this game about a week early, which I figured that I would request, because I'm currently drafting up my video right now about like, yeah, I've been trying to finish up this review about the game. It's my document right now is about it's like 2,000 words right now, but the actual non-rough draft script is about 500. Yeah, I don't know. I have some thoughts about this game because I've already beaten it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm beating around the bush. You know, let's actually dive into this game. And I'll let you all be the judge of it. Give me a sec for it to start up. So, yeah. Alright. Just gonna make sure I have... Okay, because they have Sigaros music in this, and... So, yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I might just turn down this a little bit, just so... Yeah, that seems a bit loud right now. So I'm a fiddle with that. But yeah, man, this mic is like totally obscuring the Moomin. Yeah. But yeah. So, like I said, I've already actually fully played through and beat this game, so I won't disclose any spoiler stuff, but I'm not going into this thing blind, just to be clear. But I figured this might be a good little experience to see how folks end up, like, reacting to this game and seeing what kind of stuff is, you know, what kind of stuff it has under the hood. But can I just say, I absolutely love the art direction of this thing. There's like, I don't know, as someone who, if the stream layout is not enough of an indication, I absolutely love it when certain things have this trait that is called skeuomorphism, which is when digital objects or facsimile of objects take on the traits of the thing that they're based on. In this case, the fact that in order to capture this paper-like feel from all of the stuff from Tove Jansson's original illustrations, they've done things like add the flickering paper effects, they've made everything have this kind of watercolor feel, there's a slight jitter. It looks like they've used this effect called turbulent displacement. If you're a video editor, you know, where they, like, try to give everything this sort of jitter, like it's a hand-cut animation. And I think it's just really neat, and I appreciate that kind of effort that's being put in place to try and, like, you know, make it, like, resemble that of a, like, illustration. But yeah, so let's we're gonna start from the beginning. And just so you know, I am going to be reading out all the voices. I'll miss you terribly, Snufkin. Are you sure you need to go? It's autumn. It's time I be on my way.
Besides, you Moomins will be sleeping all winter. I know, but promise me you'll be back. I'll be back in the spring, as always. Then I'll be waiting here on the bridge as always.
Oh, that's... God, it's so freaking cute.
Goodbye, Moomintroll. See you in the spring.
It's freaking... It's just the art style on this thing is already so beautiful. Like... I will say, just showing that kind of thing is just... Also, freaking shout out to the composer of this. I had her name pulled up earlier. Let's see. I believe it was like Ulsa... Oh man. Yeah. Let's get a little quick. So, we're just, we're gonna be going into a little question thing. Like so throughout this, if anyone ends up having any sort of questions or thoughts about stuff with this, please let me know. Oh my god. I just love the look of this kind of thing. Especially with, like, that kind of, like, jitter and... Yeah, it does all sorts of nifty things.
I'm getting to Moominvalley. I can't wait to see Moomintroll again. He should have woken up by his winter slumber by now.
So... yeah. So... in terms of the gameplay, so, like I said, I've already played through all of this game as I've been writing my video about it, but I also got my hands on the demo a little bit earlier. Oh my god, one thing I did not notice, the little flicker of lights on the snow here, that is, delightful. But, yeah, no, like, this is a game that, like, already, like, generates, it's like a wallpaper generator. It just creates, like, all these little visual vignettes that I really do appreciate.
Aww. Is it really him? Snufkin?
Hello? Who's there?
Yikes!
Strange.
Aww.
Let's see. Yep. One other interesting thing I've noted with, that it works for this game. The controls, weirdly enough, work best when it's, like, mouse and keyboard, where, like, your mouse acts as, like, the movement, and, like, your general WASD acts as, like, a kind of, like, different things.
Hello? Who are you?
I'm scared to talk.
What a strange little creature.
Get it together. Just walk up and say hello.
All right.
You must be the great Snufkin.
Hello. Who are you?
Oh, nobody has ever asked me that before. I guess I'm too small and useless to have a name.
Everyone deserves to have a name.
Do you really mean that? Maybe you can help me find a name.
Oh, I'm kind of on my way to meet my old friend Moomintroll.
Oh, that's okay. I can tag along. I can even show you around these parts.
Yeah. I will say, in terms of, like, criticisms that I have for this game, they do have a lot of, like, it feels like there are a lot of, like, UI and design elements that, like, were kind of added on to try and make this game appear, like, more legit.
Hey, what's the hurry? Huh. You seem distressed.
Like, this will be a lot more, like, apparent later on, but, like, like, there's a lot of these different inventory things, and initially kind of makes it seem like there's going to be, like, kind of a point-and-click adventure kind of vibe, but that ends up not being the case. I don't know.
Sad but understandable. What's bothering them? Could I follow?
If you discover a leak, do you follow the flow of water? Or do you track it back to the source? Go where they came from. Your answer is probably there.
Why would they be running from Moominvalley?
Alright, Snuff. Yeah. So,
Snufkin's finally back. At least some things remain the same.
like, it is neat how, something that I'm going to write about a little bit more in my video is how, there are a lot of things where they're clearly like, they're acting as adaptations of the classic Moomin stories. Like, you got, like, well, spoiler alert, but our little woodland stalker fanboy here, like, his inclusion was originated from one of the original Moomin short stories, I believe. It wasn't Fin Family Moomintroll. I think it was Tales of Moominvalley. Yes, Tales of Moominvalley, where this creature kind of acts like he's idealizing Snufkin and all of that. And that's not a beat you kind of see in this. But it is, I don't know. They do take a lot of the beats of, like, the different short stories. And it's one of those things that feels like it seems very geared towards, like, other Moomin fans in terms of, like, yep. And, like, with the expectation being that if you're playing this game, you are someone who already, like, knows the Moomin stories pretty well. And I would be very curious to see, like, how a, like, I don't know, how a person who has only a cursory knowledge about the Moomins, how they would react to that.
That friendly old chap could help us over there. Try playing your harmonica for him. You brought your harmonica.
So this leads into, like, one of the main mechanics of the game. Oops. Where, like, all throughout, Snufkin can play his little harmonica.
Oh, the noble creeps. Helpful creatures and lovers of music. Oh, you don't seem inspired enough to play for the creeps yet. Maybe you should look for some inspiration.
And this is where we get into another, like, kind of mechanic of gathering inspiration like it's currency.
Oh, to gather inspiration, try running through that bush.
Yep.
That bush seems packed with it.
Yeah, we're heavily in tutorial zone now, but
Oh. Oh, those bushes look inspiring.
yeah. Like, there's so many puzzle stuff that this game does kind of utilize. I will say something that is also interesting is that design-wise, the fact that you gather, like, this inspiration, the means of progression, by walking through nature, it kind of encourages you to go off the beaten path, which is something that's, like, I don't know. That is something that would require a larger, like, kind of meticulous amount of, like, design for your world, because with a number of, like, larger open world-ish games, like, a problem that you see is that they will emphasize the density of said open world without, like, filling it with many interesting things. But man, I could do some fix of this. Now, one thing that I kind of, like, this is, like, I'm gonna give some, like, you know, petty kind of, like, nitpick kind of things, but I do kind of dislike the ways that the, starting and ending the music kind of acts as, like, a big beginning and cutoff point. I kind of wish there was a nice little gradual blend between them. Oh boy. You're gonna love this voice I have for you guys.
Snufkin, please save me from the monster.
Monster? When? Oh, hey Sniff. Monster? You mean the spider? That hurts. Maybe you are the monsters here. Yeah. But yeah, this is like kind of what I'm talking about, where there's like these little secluded areas, and it's something where it's clear that they want you to try and appreciate as much of like the natural surroundings of the like areas here.
Help, monster!
Whoa.
Oh, I'm free. On to new adventures.
Alright. Yeah, no. Yeah, Davidson. It's a thing where so much of this game does appear like, and this is something that I kind of hope to bring up in my video as well, but there's a lot of oh, thank you, Chavali. The like, it's a thing where it could have been really easy for this game to kind of have a shovelware kind of thing, but it is pretty clear that the folks at Hyper Games really did put a lot of effort into like capturing the visuals and stuff. It's definitely the ideal of what you would like to see, but I also think that's also very indicative of the way that the Moomin Company is very protective over the Moomin license as a thing. I mean, I think part of the reason why it's been so obscure as a property internationally is because they've been very stingy about, like, other folks getting a hold of it. Anyway. But, yeah.
Bullies! I was here first.
Oh, now I feel kind of bad. Is there anything I can do?
I think there's a real possibility that nothing could ever make me feel happy again. Not even a butterfly. A sweet, delicious butterfly.
Also, as someone who is a big nerd about, like, kind of cinematically role-playing in my games, I like the fact that I can slowly walk with the mouse controls here. Here's a butterfly for you. Sorry for upsetting you.
Oh, well, thanks, I guess. We both stepped out of line. You the most by far. But you're forgiven. Now leave me to my butterfly.
Oh yeah, Tiravali. Hope I pronounced that right. Like, it... Not just the fact that they're going for, the illustrations of Tove Jansson. Like, they're capturing, like, a very specific... Like, this resembles most, like, the kind of watercolor woodcutting kind of style that you saw in books like, the book on Mimble, Moomin, and Little Mai, as well as Who Will Comfort Toffle. Oh, whoops. Like, I really like the little jittering outline they do around the characters as well. Man, if I could, like, get access to, like, some of the, like, source code stuff on this thing, just so that I could see what the graphical processing was like, because they're doing so many of the kinds of effects that I like to do in my videos of making things have a paper look, having that kind of, like, turbulent displacement jitter of things to, like, give it a more, like, hand-animated vibe. It's like, yeah. But, yeah. Alright. Should probably move my mug to somewhere a little bit more easier to reach. Alright. Oh, yep, gotta get those creeps. But, yeah. So, I mean, listen, if you look at, like, any of the original, Soul-Last, like, which alien animals are sapient and Moomin, the spider-fly, butterfly Snufkin gets a lot more horrifying. It's a big card about it. I mean, when it comes to sentience, in these kind of stories, like, Tove Jansson was never someone who, like, really cared about canon. This is the woman who, like, would put in a random helicopter in the Moomin comic books and then, like, not make it a thing. So, you know, like, yeah. But it is funny to consider. Generally, if it speaks, it's sentient, and if not, yeah. I don't know. Non-verbal implications, not great.
Signs? Rules? In nature? Who would do something like this?
Gotta get all them bushes. Yeah, so Davidson, if you're, I believe the Moomin game that you're referring to is the, I think it was called Moomin and the Mysterious Noise. Hang on, let me double check my doc on this, where something, they actually, fun fact, made 2 different, like, versions of that game. There was Moomins and the Mysterious Howling, one that was originally released in PC during 2006. And, yeah. Wait a minute. Hey, yeah. Yeah. So, it's, Moomin and the... So, they originally released Moomin and the Mysterious Howling in 2006, but they ended up making a very different version on DS. I tried actually playing it on an emulator, a while ago, but as a non-Japanese speaker, there wasn't a whole... I had a pretty hard time figuring out what I could... There was only a certain point before I kind of got locked out by what was happening. As for, like, the, I don't know, like, there's a lot to enjoy about, like, the different Moomin adaptations.
What's this? Who would ruin the scenery with a sign? Something's terribly wrong. I can feel it.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Yes, Moomin Tani no Okiramono, I believe translates to Moomin and the Mysterious Howling. Let's see. Weirdly enough, the PC version, I think, saw some international release. I'm currently, talking with, Kiki from the channel Transparency. I want to give a little shout out to, Kiki and Alicia, at Transparency. They do love their work. I know they're in the Final Fantasy VII Remake trenches right now, but I don't know. I hope they can play a little bit of that. Yeah, I would love to see a little fan translation of, like, the Moomin DS game.
What's that over there?
Remember, you're doing a very important work here.
Sure, yes, sir! Remind me what my job is again?
You need to uphold these rules at all times, 24/7. We're building the Valley of the Future here.
What about bathroom breaks? Hello?
Halt! I need you to watch this park while I'm off on business.
Oh, really? Huh, weird. We'll see about that. Rules the sign. From what I hear with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, like, it is one of the most, like, insane types of, like, games. Just Yakuza levels of insanity.
I was sure there were some rules here. Oh well, better go find some rules to uphold somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I'm really holding out for that Rebirth PC port, Davidson. Yeah.
So, if I remove the rules, the police officers leave. Let's get rid of the rest of this park then.
Yeah, eco-terrorism for the win! Woo! I joke, but like that is... Not to give away too many of my thoughts, but there is some interesting... This game has some very interesting themes vis-a-vis environmentalism and, like, ideas of degrowth. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, as someone who... My first experience was Remake, and that's what got me to actually replay the original, so I don't... Ugh. Alright. Alrighty.
Oh, she's upset. One of her ducklings seems to be stuck over there. Maybe there are more. Poor things. Don't worry. I'll keep you company while the heroic Snufkin saves your ducklings.
So, yeah. So, for those of you who are wondering, I feel like, yeah, I mean, if Snufkin is anything like Atos Wirtanen, he would be on paper like a socialist, because that was like the official party platform that like Wirtanen ran on. I feel like, yeah. Oh, whoops. Speedrun strats. Come on. I do wonder what speedruns of this game are gonna look like.
Oh, what a wonderful sound. Teety, I moved to tears.
Maybe that can be your name. Titi?
Oh, Teety. Oh, that makes me so happy. Almost too happy. Oh,
How about Titi Woo? A happy starts with a sad tale.
oh, Teety Woo. Happy, sad, and beautiful. Like life itself. I love it. I shall no longer be known as he who met Snufkin. I am Teety Woo, my own being, with my own responsibilities. Oh, so many responsibilities. Better get to them. Huh. I'll be needing a mailbox and bills. Oh, so many bills.
What is that?
A key? Okay. Yeah, for me, my first memory of the Moomins actually came from me, like, hearing the theme song in, like, a medley thing, and then looking into them. This was, like, back in, like, 2013. You know what, let's take a moment just to, like, relax while I get into some, when I get into some chat. Yeah, that's one thing about, like, this game that is interesting. Like, they try to adapt and add in these little things where they're very heavily, like truncated versions of, like, certain stories. Like the story of T.D. Wu from Tales from Moominvalley, and some other stories that might be on display in a little bit. But the interesting thing is that they, I don't know, they kind of remove some of the complexity of that story. Like, for me, like, the whole story of T.D. Wu is about, like, how, hey, you shouldn't idealize your, like, people, you know, you shouldn't, like, put your identity as being a fanboy and stuff. Honestly, I feel like that T.D. Wu as a character is, like, one that, like, pretty prescient in our parasocial relationships era kind of stuff. Like, you know, don't put other people on pedestals. People, yeah. But at the same time, like, that's one of those things where it feels pretty clear that a lot of this game is kind of designed for people who already have that familiarity with Moomin, and I'm like, I would be very interested to see, like, how folks who aren't familiar with Moomin end up taking this game, because I do genuinely recommend it. Like, you know, putting aside the fact that, you know, disclosure, Raw Fury and Hypergame gave me a copy, like, I would still recommend, like, giving it a look. If, like, you know, I'd be interested also if it ends up going to, like, something like Game Pass and stuff, like, that might be something, but I don't know. Yeah, Moominvalley is pretty great, but I don't know, I would love to see, like, if there's anyone who isn't familiar with Moomin, how they would react to it. But, actually, before I move on, I do also like how they include these little moments of meditation. Like, again, art style, mwah, impeccable. They have done a very good job with a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, just even down to the little details of, like, the flickering, like, watercolor textures on the green and Snufkin, the way you have that slight paper texture overlay on everything, and the ways that the jitters of the sun move. It's very well done. And I know that, oh, hey. Now, one little thing, there's sometimes a weird little glitch that has happened in this game when you're walking off of bridges or piers where things will get stuck. But, yeah. Oh yeah, it's very nice. Oh wait, shoot. Maybe grab the big giant key as a, like, thing. Alright.
Alright. Otacon, it's me, Snufkin. I've now snuck into this park. It's time for me to initiate Operation Eco-Terrorism for Moominvalley.
Oh, Snake, this is just like one of my, I don't know. It's been so long since I played Metal Gear. Ah, dip. Wow, already nailing this. Already nailing this, Henry. Wow. Yep. Alright. Let me leave. Ugh.
Busted! I don't want to see you here again.
Alright. So, stream, that is an illustration of how not to do this. So now we got that out of the way. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. We need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, that's true. Man, Tiravi, I would feel so bad. Tiravi? yeah, let me know how it should be pronounced, because I would hate to keep getting that wrong. But yeah, that is the interesting thing. Like, Moomin has kind of become like one of Finland's major like cultural exports and stuff, and it's like to a point where like it kind of like coincides with Finland's national identity, and that's really interesting, I think, especially like as an American outsider on things. Like, I imagine that there are plenty of folks that like kind of see me as like, you know, a faker kind of thing. Like you'll always have like those kinds of fans of like, but it is interesting. That bird is awfully quiet. Maybe I should play here. Like, I'm curious, like, because before, like, the 2019, like, Moomin boom that we saw on Tumblr, like, how did people in Finland react to, like, the Moomin boom of the 1990s when it became really, really popular in Japan? Because I know that was another period when Moomin saw a massive rise in commercial success, and some people accused like the Moomin company of like kind of going against like Tove Jansson's vision for the series in the ways that like it like heavily commercialized this product. I mean, that's valid. That stuff's gonna be always subjective a little bit. Oh boy, risky gambit. Yeah, brilliant. But yes, I would also like to visit Finland someday at this point, just because because I know the Moomin parks are supposedly really interesting. I don't know, this was fine. Yay! Good riddance! Just wait till Moomintroll hears about this. But this is another thing I do also find interesting, is that the ways that we see like this immediate before and after of stuff, where you can still see like the like remnants of the park in certain places, like a stone path, the crumbled statue, but it's slowly being reclaimed by nature. And like, I think that's like an interesting little thing to do, especially since it like acts as like a kind of sign of how like one of the core messages that they seem to be going for is this idea that no matter the kind of harm that we place on the environment, we can still reverse things, and like, which I think that is something that a lot of folks kind of take for granted when it comes to like looking at stuff with environmentalism. Oh, that's right. Hang on. Let's get like, again, one interesting little thing with this game is that in order to like get the inspiration, like this little like the specific, like, I guess for lack of a better word, currency, like you have to go out into nature, you have to go off the beaten path in order to like find that inspiration, which one, it helps force like players to like pay special attention to the environment in a way that like you might not normally do in like certain kinds of games. But it also kind of leads to like an interesting kind of like level design thing of like, because normally in like when you're designing a map or a dungeon and stuff, you generally want to keep things like try to have like things like generally yeah, let's see, yeah, that's true. Like Japan has actually like one of my favorite YouTube channels, Beyond Ghibli, made a really good video back in the day about Heidi, which Isao Takahata and Hayao Miyazaki worked on before they became like Studio Ghibli, and where they adapted the Heidi books in order to emphasize that sense of pastoralism. Like, pastoralism as a theme is something that you do commonly seen in a lot of Japanese media, mostly as a response to, like, the increased industrialization of things. Now, I need to, like, I should really read into, like, some more, like, stuff, because the developers, Hyper Games, have specifically talked about, like, sort of Nordic values in terms of that, and that is something that I do need to, like, kind of examine, because as an American, when I hear Nordic values, I usually interpret that as like a Nazi dog whistle kind of thing, even though that is not what it is for most of it, but I don't know. But anyway. Oh, Moomin Mama.
Oh, hello, Snufkin dear. I just woke up from my winter slumber. Moomintroll seems to have woken before us. He's probably waiting for you by the bridge.
How are you, Moomin Mama?
Oh, well, I was looking forward to tending to my flowers, but they've all dried up. But don't worry about that. Go see your friend now.
Oh, also, shout out to this map design. Just, absolutely lovely. I like, again, that just little canvas paper texture on it. That's, love me some skeuomorphism. Fans, I don't know if fans have complained about this, but the fact that you can't go inside Moomin House is, I don't know, that feels appropriate for Snufkin, but a little disappointed. Ha! Somebody left the window open. Oh yeah, I'm going full Matt Berry for this. Oh, hi Moomin Papa. How are you? Oh, I just woke up, and there's already a million things on my mind. My masterpiece, gone! And so is my boat.
Oh, you've finished your play? Congratulations. Have you seen Moomintroll?
Oh, isn't he here? He's probably waiting for you by the bridge. When you see him, tell him to keep that window shut. My theatrical masterpiece has blown all over the valley. Maybe he knows where my boat is as well.
I'll be sure to keep an eye out for your play. And the boat.
But, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely, like, Matt Berry, impeccable casting for Moomin Papa. Also, the music for this game is, I love the ambient music for this kind of stuff, just already. Oh boy, oh, it's the little vine creatures from, I think, Moomin and, yeah, Moomin and Comet and Moomin Land. But this was like so when I played the preview for the game, well, hang on, cutscene time first, so we'll do this.
What? The river's gone? And Moomintroll isn't here. What's happened?
Oh boy. I'm assuming you're talking about the Japanese version of Moominvalley from 2019?
And the river, it can't just disappear.
Psst. I know what happened to Moomintroll. Took you long enough to get here, Snufkin. Was there a butterfly somewhere in desperate need of being appreciated? A majestic waterfall having to be taken in?
Oh, hello, little Mai. did you say something happened to Moomintroll?
Oh, yes. A most horrible fate.
Oh. Oh, Tenoshi Mumanika Davidson? Gotcha. Yeah.
Moomin was sleeping in his lazy winter slumber. Not a care in the world.
Need to get my accent down.
Frickin' watercolor. Anyway, quite selfish if you ask me. Then, suddenly, she appeared. The Groke. I'm Moomintroll with mysterious intent and hideous envy. She took him in, ran into the forest. Poor Moomintroll, kicking and screaming. You saw it with your own eyes? I had to run for my own life, but that's the gist of it. So you probably won't be seeing him again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear that, like, I've tried watching a couple... I think, like, oh my god. The JoJo character. Dio and, like, Snufkin share the same voice actor in the Japanese dub, which is very funny. Is Little Mai telling the truth? Better go investigate. Alright. We're gonna do that, but this is the part of the game where I kind of realized, like, when I got the demo for it and then got early access to it from, like, Raw Fury and Hyper Games, I was going into it kind of worried that it was going to keep things pretty simplistic, that, like, play the harmonica and sneak around guards. That was kind of going to be the only, like, gameplay kind of thing. But I will say, once I saw that there were at least 3 instruments in there, I kind of were like, oh, okay, so there's going to be, like, at least some element of progression and a sort of, dare I say, Metroidvania kind of structure of things. That's obviously not as, it's not as, like, complex as a Metroidvania, but the fact that this is a non-combative, like, kind of Metroidvania, it's, yeah. Did the Groke take Moomintroll? I better investigate. So, like, but, oh my god, just, I'm gonna be so lame, and I'm just gonna keep, like, repeating, like, oh, this game looks so beautiful and all that. I should check out that frosty trail leading from the house. I will, Snufkin. Give me a freaking second. We gotta appreciate some nature. Just gotta get all of this, all these bushes. Yeah, so again, full disclosure of things, like, I sent out an email to the developers a couple of months ago, far earlier in the game's development, to see if I could, like, schedule any interviews or anything like that, because I do want to talk about that kind of stuff. Yeah, cottagecore is, that's a topic that, like, I have some mixed feelings about and stuff, at least in terms of how it's discussed in America. Mostly because, like, yeah, that kind of pastoralism is interesting. But anyway, the thing I was originally going to say was, I reached out to the devs. I didn't hear anything back until about, last week, when, like, the Hyper Games people had put out a call for some, like, creators for stuff, and I figured, okay, if, like, I don't usually shill for, like, myself or try to reach out for sponsorship kind of stuff, but I figured if there was ever a thing that I could get, like, a free copy of, it's this. Obviously, if they didn't give it to me, I was gonna, like, buy it for myself and make my own honest review of it. Like, it's, you know, for any folks, I guess, worrying about, like, collusion, all that kind of stuff, like, I'm keeping my thoughts honest, because they're defo not a perfect game, but it does hit a lot of my buttons in certain ways. But, yeah, they ended up, but when I reached out to them, the people, I was surprised to hear that they were, oh, what's the problem?
Oh, I've got a terribly sore throat. Probably on account of the rope that's tied around my neck.
I believe it is currently on Switch right now. It's had the same launch date. I need to double check. Let me see what other platforms it's on. Yeah, it is on PlayStation 5. It's out now, so you can get it on Steam, Xbox, pretty much all the major platforms and stuff. Yeah.
Huh, can you give me a hand? I promise I won't eat you or anything. It's not like I can swallow you anyway, with this rope around my neck and all.
That's reassuring. I'll see what I can do. But to kind of bring up that thing mentioned about the whole cottagecore thing.
Finally, freedom! Thank you so much. Now please, take that rope away.
Thanks. I'm sure it could be quite useful. Like, cottagecore and, like, the kind of, like, values of tranquility in nature, like, inherently that's, like, a pretty, yeah, that's a kind of value you see in a lot of places. Like, it's a Nordic, in a lot of Nordic countries, in Japan, and all that kind of stuff. There's, like, that kind of thing of, like, wanting to get away from cities and stuff. Now, that in itself is not necessarily bad. It is one of those things that, like, a lot of folks have written some, like, very good pieces on, like, talking about some of the, like, kind of mixed messages that can come out of cottagecore. Like, it can be, if you look around online and stuff, you could see, like, plenty of examples of folks that might have, that have kind of commodified that kind of cottagecore stuff in order to, like, promote reactionary ideologies. Like, heck, if you look at, like, the trad wife kind of movement, it's kind of an offshore of that kind of stuff, even though, like, oftentimes people who are, like, kind of, like, trying to do the whole cottagecore, like, living off the land thing, oftentimes are doing it from a big place of privilege, which, I don't know, I think there's a lot of, like, pretty valid discussion to be had from that kind of stuff. Just readjust my mic a little bit, just to, yeah. Sorry if that made a lot of noise. Anyway, people liked my sniff voice earlier.
Oh, Snufkin, please, help! Oh, poor Cedric got lost in the cave while we were looking for treasure. And now, that awful crab is blocking the entrance. Please, help me rescue Cedric.
I'll help you find your friend.
He must be so scared. Thank you, Snufkin.
Oh, well, except I can't do that yet, because I haven't unlocked that instrument. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm gonna need to... God, I'm gonna really need to restock on my tea. Oh, boy. I really should have brought the kettle up here for that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yep. Okay, game. Alright, game. I'll do the thing you were leading me as a player to do. Yeah, exactly, David said. Like, cause with farmer it means, like, cause the way farming and agriculture and stuff has become so industrialized to the point where, like, even, like, attempts to reclaim it are still kind of working under there. It's almost as if, hear me out, it's almost as if the larger systemic issues around us are so entrenched that you can't just escape it by leaving, leaving a place. Almost as if, unless you fundamentally change your mindset and practices, you simply reinforce the existing structures around you when you go somewhere else. So, yeah. Whether you work on a... Yeah. Oh, absolutely there's so much of a difference. Like, because most of those folks that, like, try to make themselves be, like, cottagecore influencers, you know, reject modernity, embrace tradition and all that crap, like, so many of them are, like, only able to do that stuff because they, like, make 100K at, like, their hedge fund crap, and yeah. Anyway. Speaking of reactionaries, more police officers. Actually, they could help me out.
Why, yes. This will be a magnificent park indeed.
Have you seen my friend Moomintroll? I think he's been kidnapped by the Groke.
Nobody is allowed on the building site. No Moomintroll, no animals. And certainly no growth. Now, be gone. We have important work to do.
Oh, that's the voice, yeah. Forget it. I'll figure this out myself. Oh. Huh. These animals look distressed. Well. Let's follow the trail. Yeah, that kind of thing of, like, the kind of interesting philosophies behind degrowth, pastoralism, that's going to be that is actually something that I do plan on touching more in my video about this game, because I don't want to just make it like a simple review. Oh, it's colder here. Growth must be coming out. Oh, footprints. Could they be Moomintrolls? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hee 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 hee. Yikes! Oh boy. Like, I'll credit this to Hyper Games. We saw, like, a lot more gameplay variety than I was expecting. Yeah, oh lord, she coming. Oh lord, she coming. Oh lord, she coming. Alright, alright. Yep. Alright. Oh. Alright. Nope, come on. Snufkin. Oh jeez. Gosh darn it. Man, the Let's Play syndrome is defo real, where you become so much worse at video games when you actually are playing it in front of people. Oh, low chicken. Alright, take two. Come on. Oh my god. Not dead. But yeah, credit to Hyper Games. Adding, like, a decent amount of variety into this game through, like, the different kind of gameplay and stuff. Like, alright. Yeah. Alright. Oh, God. Man, that ladder sound effects. Whoever at Hyper Games designed that, impeccable. Great sound design. Old Moomintroll. Clumsy old brain. It does have that kind of synth, that sound that you saw with, like, Sumio Shiratori and his Moomin soundtrack. Although, it also kind of reminds me of some of the music that showed up in the Who Will Comfort Topple animation that was made in, like, the 1970s. I forget what Finnish band created that. Moomintroll is going... It's going to be this way. It is really interesting that, like, a lot of our memory of Moomin is kind of, like, just because of, like, the budgetary necessity is kind of, like, associated with synths. Oh no! A dead end!
Psst. Over here.
Oh, thanks for that. I thought it was done for. Yep, Davidson, I see no lies. 0 lies. Also, if you hear my cat meowing in the background, say hi to Oslo. That's O-L-S-O. Yeah, I hear you, Oslo. Hang on. Oh, yes, no. Like, I love the Grok conceptually as a conception, like, manifestation of loneliness. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna grab a kid. Be right back. Oh, Oslo, come on, kitty. Kitty. Calm yourself. God, yep, just put your butt in my face, bud. God, you have so much freaking hair. Alright, hang on. Hang on, we're gonna... Yep. You enjoying that microphone, Oslo? Hang on. I'm just gonna briefly breaking the illusion here. Yes. There's the kitty. You just wanted to be in someone's lap, didn't you? Alright. Okay, now to come up with a voice for this hedgehog. So, I need to reposition this guy. Did the group scare you? She's attracted to your lamp. She's harmless, really. Your friend Moomintroll realized that. Yeah. Yep. Oslo. He's the baby of our kitties. Our other cat potatoes. Oh, I see our other cat potato. You want to come over here, potato? Potato. If he comes here, he'll come here. So, Moomintroll was here. Oh, he sure was. Moomintroll came here side by side with the group. Oh yeah, definitely. That kind of like value of things. Yeah. At least in the definitely. Like that, I know that that's what, like, at least in Nordic places, that's the vibe. In America, at least, we've gotten things. We're a mess over here. It's not great. Seeing the devastated forest. He tried talking to the police, but they sent him off. And that's the last I saw of him. So, Moomintroll was here, broke, but voluntarily? Sweet Moomintroll. What's that? Smoke? I'll investigate. Oh no, they're at it again! Yeah, and this was a moment of the game that also really stuck out to me as a thing.
The sweet smell of progress. Oh, the barkeeper should see us now. We're doing excellent work. He'll probably be thrilled when he returns from the island.
Oh, alright, yeah, that scared the kitty. You can't have a fire here. It's too dry.
Relax, we got this under control.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Now I gotta scoot back up. God, there's... I picked a great stream to get all this cat hair on me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Uh-oh. Highly irregular! We need to go fill out some forms!
Oh, so hot. Yeah. Oh, the Groke. She seems drawn to the flames. Oh, it's getting warmer. Ah. Like, this is like a neat little mechanic. I kind of do wish that we had more moments like this in the game as well, but it is pretty cool for where it is. Like, it's clear that, like, this is, like, one of the things. Here, it's about 1:30-ish. I'm in American Central Time right now. Oh, man, we have been going on for about... How long has this been? Whoops. Nope. I'm not doing that. Okay, an hour and a half. Yeah. Few more to go. Saved by the Groke. Now to deal with these police officers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck 'em up.
What great work we did here. Nature tried to stop us, but we won. Again.
This was all your fault.
Any complaints must be taken up with the park keeper.
Where is he?
Like we told the other guy who kept pestering us. He's at the Hardy Fatteners Island, doing important business. Now, leave this park.
No. Yeah! God, this image. They did really capture, like, that, like, fury that you see from, like, Snufkin sometimes in the original stories.
Ah, this dog doesn't pay enough! Oh, Snufkin, you saved our home. Please, have this flute as a token of our appreciation. I made it for our favorite tree. It's all that remains from it. I didn't save the forest. Grok did. Oh, dear Grok. Our hero. Our savior.
Oh, and that's sweet.
Our friend.
It's such a neat thing. Now the sun's come out. Yeah. God, I love that freaking filter. I don't know what they. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about it.
Our forest can start to regrow now that the police officer is gone.
Oof. Yeah, no, Tara, hopefully, if you need to go to bed and stuff, yeah. I appreciate you sticking around and, asking, like, some of your questions and stuff. But, yeah. I mean, hopefully this gives, like, a pretty good preview of what to expect with this game. I do genuinely recommend folks, like, pick this up. You know, I mean, I was always going to be a pretty easy mark in terms of, like, whether or not to get this. Like, I was going to get this game whether or not they gave me a copy of it. Just because of my relationship with Moomin as a series. But, okay. Well, Davidson, legally, I can't disclose any of that, but it wouldn't be surprising if one got out of containment. Anyway, got a journey to the Hattie Fattener's Island. So time to go to the beach. But yeah, no. Even if they had, like, there was a good chance that I was gonna be like recommending this thing no matter what. But like. Yeah. Well, before we go to the beach, once again, off the beaten trail. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see here. Whoop. What's it? Oh, it's a little bit up here. Okay. Hey, come on. Thank you, Snufkin. I will say, I do, like, you can control this thing with, keyboard and stuff like that, but I do generally like the mouse controls more. They'd feel a lot more smooth and they'd feel a lot more naturalistic in terms of that kind of stuff, but, like, the mouse controls do get a bit fiddly sometimes, just in terms of positioning, especially for some of the exact kind of positioning you need. Got anything to say to that, Snip? No? Alright, cool. Let's go! Ugh. This music. But yeah. Again, this cave is a great illustration of what I was talking about in terms of, like, so much of this game kind of prioritizes you to, like, go off the beaten trail in order to, like, find these little points of inspiration. Like, it rewards the kind of, like, explorative behavior that I generally kind of don't like to do in games. And that's the thing, like, yeah, you get that little game reward of, like, the inspiration, but also it's, like, it's rare that the reward in and of itself is just, like, predicated on seeing more of the environment. It does make sense that this was originally going to be a phone game. It does play a lot like that in a number of ways. Like, I've been trying to find, like, do you happen to have a source for that, Davidson? Because I've been trying to find, like, specific, like, articles and news things for, like, for the development history of the game, and I've been, like, there hasn't been a crazy amount of publicity outside of stuff that Hyper Games and the Moomin Company have, like, uploaded. So, that said, if I can get to talking with, like, any of the, development team at Hyper Games, that would be very cool. And I would also recommend, like, checking out their other major game. They made this cooperative puzzle physics game called Morkwed. It was on Game Pass a couple of months ago, and I tried it out, and it was pretty fun. But the like, they got some decent chops. Obviously, they're like a small team and stuff, and that kind of, like, limitations can kind of sometimes go through, but that's the kind of stuff I do enjoy about, like, you know, it's that thing of, I want shorter games with worser graphics made by developers who got paid more. Like these vignettes, there's just, like, so, oh my, just, like, again, I'm a broken record, getting, like, just to gush on art direction stuff, like, you have there's so many, like, really well-crafted kind of, like, little effects of, like, you have the jitter of, like, the paper stuff that I gushed about earlier, but also you do have that dynamic shadowing around Sniff right now that has that little cool cone. Like, that's the fact that they made, like, a little dedicated sprite of, like, watercolors instead of just, like, making a shadow physics object shows a little bit of care. And this little, like, watery effect that's on the side of the cave, even though that itself is not, like, a, like, that doesn't fully adhere to the watercolor style, it's still, like, it's a lot, just very nice little touches. Like, that's the kind of, like, polished stuff that you kind of would like to see out of an experience like this.
Oh, Cedric! There you are! Oh, my dear Cedric, I'll never leave you again.
What? You mean to tell me Cedric is a toy?
Oh, how rude! He's more than a toy.
Okay, then. Anyhow, we have to look for another way out.
Yes, this cave is awful, Snufkin. Get me out of here!
Going toot toot on my whistle. Oh, I also need to try and check the sound files of this game, because it does sound like every time Snufkin, like, levels up his music, like, they do switch up the audio track. I need to, like, double check to verify this.
Oh, treasure!
Wait!
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I don't see what's so special about it.
Boss battle time! Alright. Gotta get this already.
No! Cedric!
Excellent.
Do something, Snufkin!
This is another area where mouse controls are very useful.
Whoa. Oh, Cedric, please forgive me for losing you. Oh, Cedric, how wonderful to have earned your forgiveness.
There. Let's get out of the cave.
Oh.
I guess that may be the project. Yeah, that's what I imagined happened, because they talk about, after the release of the Moominvalley TV show, the Moomin Company did see, like, a rise in tie-in video games. There was, like, this kind of Candy Crush Match 3 game that's up that is looks kind of eh. There was that Pokemon Go, like, ripoff that they did that was kind of eh. But, yeah.
But, the treasure?
Do you want to risk losing Cedric again?
No, of course not. Don't look at me like that, Cedric.
Okay, can't go there.
Sweet relief. I was so close.
Oh yes, definitely. The anime. Well, the anime only really took off on YouTube, partially because of like, I don't know. There was a lot of things.
Oh, thank you so much for your help, Snufkin.
You two stick together now.
Wait! What's that, Cedric? Snufkin seems lonely, you say? Here, Snufkin. Cedric wants you to have this companion. He might lack some of Cedric's charm and impulsiveness, but he's a structured and trustworthy fellow.
Oh, thank you. Both of you?
Cedric wants me to thank you for saving us from the cave.
Yay! Side quest complete. Oh, gonna pick that up. Yeah. Also, the little texturing change that you see with the log as it's being shifted. Ugh. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. This game. Yeah, this game's great. Let's see. Boat is. We are going off the beaten path, avoiding as much main game content as I can. Yeah, YouTube is weird. Like, it's almost as if our copyright system isn't great. Oh. Yeah, well, I know some of that was also caused by them having them uploaded in the original 4:3 aspect ratio, only to like have them like change certain things. Oh yeah, it's weird. It is very weird. I'm very keenly aware of like the Moomin YouTube channel in terms of like their things, because even when you search up Moomin on YouTube, my videos are still some of the first things that actually show up. Oh. Yes. Yes. Like, I don't know how I hit that SEO jackpot with Moomin, but like, it is wild. Sometimes when I think about like the fact that like this is a new track. Oh, it's probably because of
Oh, hello again.
Oh, hello. I should probably invite you to sit.
Is that an invitation?
I guess.
So...
So, if I just had some chanterelles and a porcini, I could make a nice stew. Perhaps you could get me some.
Oh, sure. The stew sounds lovely.
Oh, you want some too? Alright.
yeah, the muskrat. It would have been a lot funnier if they added some more like quotes from them about that. You know, I haven't talked with these chuckles yet.
You're not allowed to be here.
All right. To be expected. Oh wait, hang on. Further going off the beaten trail and not playing the main story. Gotta explore every nook and cranny because of how my brain works. Alright, enough of me singing stupid songs. And this should probably bring me back pretty close to... Ah, there we go. Alright, we've looped around. Alright. Yeah, this is actually what I wanted to loop back towards, so I can get these guys out of the way. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No. Those weren't... They didn't... Maybe they appeared in Comet in Moominland? Huh. I should get to Hattie Fatten's Island. Maybe I could look for some boats on the beach. Oh. I missed... Well, whatever. Alright. Alright, Snufkin. I'll play your freaking games. If only I could find a chateau. But it is a thing where, like, that kind of stuff. Looks like bad letter Hattie Fatten Island.
Oh, hello, Tiki.
Oh man, that Henry Kathman, oh, that freaking hack and fraud, I swear. He just has the worst takes about Friedrich Nietzsche. He just, like, where does this guy freaking get off by daring to criticize a philosopher for having some mild support of the eugenics movement when he was around?
Hello, Tiki. Did you see who took off with Moomin Papa's boat?
Uh-huh.
Snufkin. Oh, sight for sore eyes. Oh, yes, it was your old pal Moomintroll. He was looking for the parkkeeper on Hattie Fatten's Island. Got a bad feeling about this. I should go after him. Bit difficult without the boat, I reckon. I guess I could help you build a raft, but I'll be needing some materials. Anything. What do you need? 3 logs for the body, a stick for the mast, some rope, and some cloth for the sail. Logs, stick, rope, and cloth. I'll get right on it.
Alright, we are closing in on 2 hours here. I don't want to do like a full playthrough of this, mostly because I do want some I do encourage folks to like pick this thing up just so that, because, you know, I think the devs are doing something interesting enough where that does deserve some support. But also I don't want to necessarily give away some of my extended thoughts on the video. I don't know. it is a thing where it's like, man, I do really miss. You know, thank you for appreciating the Gatsby video. I'm just gonna say, with Beatles stuff, stay tuned. Also with Gatsby stuff, stay tuned. I got two things, oddly enough, related to both the Beatles and Gatsby that, like, yeah. I won't, anyway.
Oh no, he's back.
Who's there? I can't see you. Sorry if my Steam notifications are going crazy.
Oh. You've taken all I got.
I haven't taken anything.
Just because I'm invisible doesn't mean you can steal my clothes.
Somebody stole from you? I can help. There you are. I think. Hi, I'm Snufkin.
Hi. Oh, I thought you were stinky.
Oh, stinky. That's not a compliment.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Of course. I see that you look different. I was just upset. I'm Ninny.
Oh, nice to meet you. Did Stinky steal your clothes?
Yes. He ran off with them while I was taking a swim. He said I didn't need them since I'm invisible. But I'm really cold.
Stinky won't get away with this. I'll get your clothes back. See you soon. I mean, yeah, well, I'll say this, Davidson. Like, people do I don't know if it's just Centaur World. The thing that they crave, that the algorithm really craves for me, is videos about animated cartoons and stuff like that, which makes sense. There's a big audience for that on YouTube and stuff. But I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I don't necessarily feel the need to, like, limit myself to that, which if I wanted to, like, you know, really, really game that algorithm, I definitely would be just, like, would have pivoted to just, like, making videos about, like, animated shows, but I don't know, I feel like that wouldn't be as fulfilling for me. See you soon. I mean...
I know what you meant.
But yeah, this is another little thing that I do appreciate. Like, the fact there was that little, they have included this little thing from The Invisible Child, another story from Tales of Moominvalley. But I don't know, I will say, it is one of those things where it's like, if I had to make a criticism of this, is that, oh, Moomin Papa's old boat is gone. It's definitely one of those things where, like, if you don't have that level of familiarity with the Moomin series, hang on, let me double check. Okay, I need sail and all that. Oh, that's right. Yes, time for some sneaky times.
Boo! Boo!
Hi. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it's just a thing where, like, it doesn't have the same kind of, like, complexity that you see in the story, where, like, I feel like if you don't have that familiarity with the Moomins, a lot of the characters might seem like a lot more simplistic than they actually are, because Tove Jansson's writing does have this kind of, like, deceptively in-depth kind of introspective vibe that a lot of folks don't initially expect from Moomin.
Aren't you afraid of me either?
I'm sorry. No.
Oh, that's so sad. I can't even scare a fly. And I just keep getting smaller and smaller each time I fail to scare someone.
I think I can help you.
Oh, you can? How?
If we work together, I could try to bring some unsuspecting victims here.
Yeah, come on. No, come on.
Sure they don't catch you? Leave them to me.
Get dunked on.
If I get close enough,
I can scare them out of the park.
Yep, come on. Yeah, oh my god. Freaking dumbasses. I mean, you know, way to stick to reality, but, you know.
Get them to follow you, Snufkin.
Come on. Come on. Yep. Come on. Gosh darn it. That is one thing where, like, as I mentioned, the mouse controls can get a bit fiddly at times. Ah. Yeah. Get dunked on. Oh, that's really neat, Davidson. Good to hear.
Thank you, Snufkin.
don't mention it. That was truly my pleasure.
Huh. Maybe if you maybe you'd want a spare sheet of cloth, and you could be the ghost like me.
Ah, that cloth looks like it would actually be a...
Oh, video production. That's, to quote Kevin Perjurer, there are a lot of things I hate about making videos, but the thing I hate more is not making the video. Video actually, that's a lie. I do really enjoy a lot of stuff about it. I mean...
Look at me, so scary. Tee-hee.
You know... Oh, what was that quote that the ghost would say? It's like, beware the cursed bones, the ancient bones. But yeah, no, video production, it is a genuinely tough thing. Like, shout out to the video essayists who are able to, like, consistently pump out a video once a month. Like, most of them do it because they have, like, you know, production assistants and all that stuff, but man. Oh yeah, I mean, that is kind of the thing. I mean, if you look back at my oldest stuff, which, like, I'm happy that I don't really regret, unlike some YouTubers, I don't really look back on any of my previous work with, like, any kind of, like, embarrassment or any stuff like that. Now, my first Bee and Puppy Cat video and my first Over the Garden Wall video, both of those are currently, like, unlisted, but you can still watch them. They're on the channel in a little playlist called Golden Oldies. The only reason I've delisted that is so I can put more attention into the remastered versions now that I know how to do things like have a better microphone and better master audio.
What you doing? Treasure hunting?
I'm finding materials for two, Tiki.
Suspicious, to say the least. I'm keeping an eye out on you.
Thanks for leading me on a wild goose chase, by the way. Yeah, it can... video editing can be a headache.
I don't know. After 7 years of doing this, like, it's now become a thing where, like, it can be both annoying and a pretty enjoyable process for me in certain ways. Like, I do, like, especially, like, it's very time consuming depending on what you're doing, but, like, there is that element of satisfaction of, like, when you want to, like, achieve, like, a specific effect.
Oh, such a perfect stick.
Oh, yeah, but there is something that, like, can be a very, like, satisfying, like, the process of, like, building a model or carving a statue or something, like, just bits and pieces, slowly refining the thing until the timing lays out right, the effect looks the way it does, and all that, and that can be very satisfying, but it is something that definitely takes a whole lot of practice, and to which I say, like, you know, if you're making stuff, like, sticking with it, it is really one of those things that the more you do it, it becomes easier. You figure out shortcuts and figure out, like, presets and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. That is also something that helps. I mean, I'm kind of... This desktop has been serving me pretty well. I got it back in 2019, but it is a thing where, like, man, I probably should, like, upgrade the graphics card at some point. Like, it can run a number of things just fine, and it's been able to handle, like, the editing for stuff pretty well. But, man, this thing only has, like, 16 gigs of RAM, which, yeesh. Yeah. Yay! Is there anything else up here? But yeah, no. I did actually once destroy my, one of my old laptop CPUs by, like, trying to edit stuff while having it, like, partially plugged in. It was not a great time. Accidentally shorted out the main processor and then if it got too hot, it would just shut off.
Oh, Snufkin, I'm playing a fun game for two. Huh? By myself.
Oh! We're building a raft, and I was wondering if I could borrow that stick as a mast.
Huh? Huh. Not unless you win against me in this enthralling game. Which you won't.
What are the rules?
Huh? The first stick that makes it to those flags down there wins.
Oh, Dave, it's save often. You gotta save often, my man.
Also, no laying a hand on a stick once the game is started. Well, you'll need to bring a stick of your own first. Although, I doubt you'll find a stick as impressive as mine.
Right. We'll be back. It's one of those things where I'm very glad that no one's drawn me like I'm a Moomin, because I feel like I would look a little bit too much like Snork. I don't wear glasses, but...
Oh, good. You found a stick. Huh? Do you want to begin?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you can also, depending on the editing software you use, you can also, like configure certain autosave features for, like, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, get dunked on, Snork. Yeah.
Wow, you won them! My calculations are completely wrong. Well, I guess this is useless for me now. Here, you can have it.
Thank you.
Alright. I will say, we're closing in on the 2-hour point, and I kind of, like, I don't want to, like, further spoiler things, but, I will say, you know, not that, I'm not the biggest person that cares about, like, game length and stuff, like, I'm not, like, it's not a thing that you, if experience is good, you know, the dollar to minute thing is kind of, but this game, for me at least, it took me about 4.5 hours to beat it. More or less 100%, except for like a couple of like little quests, and I am me kind of playing very similar to how I'm playing it now. So like because of that, like it's a thing where I'm obviously taking my time with this a little bit more, but I feel we're gonna be getting close to a stopping point in a little bit, where, like I said, if you want to end up picking up this game for yourself, it is on Switch, it's on Steam, like, again, like, you know, disclosure, well, we'll find out, Davidson, like, we're gonna find if we get the Snufkin death ending, or if we get the, like, if we get the Riviera ending where the Moomins head to the Riviera. F's in chat.
Moomintroll at the Halifax Island alone? Oh, please find him, Snufkin. I don't like this at all.
I need to get my Matthew Barry voice all prepared. Snufkin! Did you meet Moomintroll?
It seems he's gone to the Halifax Island.
He's got his adventurous spirit from me. Don't be surprised if you find my boat there. Now, come give an old fellow a hand. Yeah, this is nice. Just, going at it on the... Just, going through some wood with Moomin Papa. Yep, just really, really shredding this wood. Just going back and forth with Moomin Papa. Yep, I could see no way that this could be, misconstrued. Phew, what an ordeal! Thank you, Snufkin. Please, help yourself to some logs.
Thanks a lot. That should be it. Tutiki can build the raft now.
I mean, yeah, I would say that would be a very ACAB move of Snufkin to take that bullet from Moomin. Oh boy. Man. But yeah, I do think I will want to stream this a little bit more as I progress. I don't know. Might make this a thing till, I don't know, next Saturday I might do this as well. We'll see.
Oh, that's it. I can build you that raft now. That's it. This raft should hold up nicely. Just try to stay away from the rough weather. Also, you should have my old map. Belonged to my grandfather. I just had it hanging on my wall. Hope it can help you navigate to the Halifax Island.
Aha! Treasure hunting without me.
I'm looking for Moomintroll.
That's clearly a treasure map. I'm coming with you.
I'd prefer to travel alone. It might be dangerous.
Huh. Trying to keep that treasure for yourself. You'll regret this.
But, yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, I think this is gonna be a stopping point from here. Yep.
Huh. Thought you could cheat me out of the treasure.
Yeah, oh boy. Ah, dang it, I should have cut to black and made that be the end point. So,
This is all your fault.
What? You should be happy we made it in one piece. Sure hope Moomintroll did the same.
but yeah, let's see, is there another little vignette place that I can, like, stop it here? Cause, yeah, we've now found ourselves at the Hattie Fattener's Island, and, yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to stop from here. So, yeah, just to, think that's gonna be our little stopping point for, some of this. But, I don't know. So far, yeah, I am pretty positive on this game. Like I said, I do appreciate, yeah, thank you, Davidson. I appreciate you coming and asking all the questions and all that stuff. So before I head out, just to give a little update on things. So I am in the process of, like, writing a script for, talking about this game and some of that stuff, and I'm hoping to work a little bit. I've been chatting with Alicia from the channel Transparency. Just a little shout out to Transparency. Kiki and Alicia are doing real cool stuff, and I think they do, like, people should throw their support their way. In the meantime, yeah, as I've laid out already in an earlier video update thing, there are basically 5 projects that I've planned out for this, like, year of 2024. The first one is kind of already done, of me launching junk drawer essays. So far, the response has been, like, pretty positive to that, and I'm pretty happy. Like, even though, like, yeah, shorts are not really some folks' thing, I get it, but, like, I don't know, I do appreciate some of the writing stuff I have in it. But one of my other projects is something that has to do with the Beatles and something else that has to do with Gatsby again. So those are 2 other things. And then I have a whole series about Pixar that I'm working on that has been, like, down the pipeline for a long time. And then the last thing was this video thing about Snufkin, because I knew it was going to be released in 2024. So the fact that the developers had me in mind to, like, when I received my code for them, they specifically talked about how given the fact that you've written stuff about the Moomins and stuff like that, this seems like a game tailor-made for you and stuff. So, which, yep, you ain't wrong. But as for, like, that kind of stuff, I don't know. I'm excited for some of the stuff that this year has to bring, and I do appreciate all the kind of support and stuff. So just as a little final plug stuff, if you're interested in keeping up to date with my work, you can follow me on Tumblr, henrykathman.tumblr.com. which has like a compilation of pretty much most of my kind of stuff, as well as like an easy way to like ask me questions and stuff. My inbox is pretty open in a lot of different ways. Also, Blue Sky. I am on Blue Sky. It's like I'm honestly trying to better limit my social media use. It's like it's definitely not as bad as other people, but that's one of those fun little dilemmas of like being an online person, of trying to promote yourself while not engaging with the whole engagement grind of like social media. But yeah, but everything else I do is supported on Patreon, patreon.com/Henry Kathman, where for $1 a month you can get your name in the credits and get a little shout out and some other little stuff. I need to really get started on some of those doodles with that. Davison, since I know you're one of my Patreon supporters, so keep an eye out on your inbox. I might be sending you a message soon asking like for what kind of a doodle for a thing you would like to see. But then the $5 patrons get to request junk drawer essays from me, and access to a little patron exclusive Discord that I have. But that's still being set up in a number of ways. So, but all that to say, I do appreciate you all for all the support, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. So, yeah. Go fill Moominvalley up with some crimes, and take care.